Oh, the good old history timeline. The Book of Time is one Charlotte Mason way of doing this, but today I'm going to share with you some other ways of keeping track of history as you're teaching it to your students in your homeschool, your classroom, wherever you're doing it. Hey friend, I love creating resources and sharing them with you and sharing educational ideas here on this channel. If you are new here, my name is Sarah and I would love for you to introduce yourself in the comments. In this video today, I'm sharing with you several different ways of doing a timeline, and these are not the classic way of doing them. I think that these are new and exciting, non-boring ways of keeping track of the sequence of events in history with your students. The first way of doing this is with coloring. I have a colorable timeline that I created for my young students. However, you can do this with any period of history. Just provide colorable illustrations, put them on a timeline that's already printed out and ordered for your student, and have them color in each item on the timeline as you cover it in your program. The second way is with sequencing cards. This is one of my favorite ways of doing a timeline because these are easily manipulative and you can reorder them and use them for review and all kinds of different games. But you just print out separate cards with each historical event on them, and usually I would include the date as well. However, if you want to make this more challenging, you don't have to print the date. And one way of using these is to put them on a board, a bulletin board, or to create a timeline with chalk outside and order the events. You can also just put these in order each time that you have a history lesson.
Collation, I believe Noah, the nomads, Jericho.
Well, Jericho, not the Battle of Jericho. And then this one's the Sahara.
The Sahara,
Change.
Namo, the Old Kingdom of Egypt, Sargon.
Oh, that one's Gilgamesh. His myth. Oh, no. Okay, this is the myth of Gilgamesh. This one is in China. Remember Huangdi and Lao Tzu?
Sargon, pyramids.
The third way, with an O-ring, you can use the same cards that you use for sequencing, the same idea and concept there, and you just laminate them, punch a hole in the top corner, and slide them onto an O-ring. And then you're easily keeping all of your cards together. You're also flipping through the timeline whenever you want to review. The fourth way is what I like to call a clothesline. You mount a series of strings onto your wall, one for each continent or area of the world that you will be studying, and pinning a map of the area or country at the beginning of the timeline can be helpful for reference as you're creating this. Then you use clothespins to attach timeline events as you study them. Again, you can use sequencing cards for this. This approach to a timeline can be especially useful when using curriculum like the story of the world or other curriculum that kind of tends to jump around in chronology and also visits various cultures in the middle of the larger narrative that they're creating. The final way is with a highlights board. So you highlight a specific period of history or a specific area of the world by pinning up events from that time period or place or continent on a bulletin board. And then you rotate the bulletin board display as you progress through history or you want to review already learned material. So these are some of my favorite non-traditional ways of doing a historical timeline. If you want to learn more about ancient history and how I teach that to my very young students, then I will leave a video linked right up here in the corner that you can check out next. Thanks for joining me today. See you guys next time. Ciao.